Good evening and welcome to the January 14th Falmouth Conservation Commission hearing. First up on the agenda is to vote minutes from January 7th.
Mr. Chairman, I read the minutes and find them acceptable.
I'll second that.
That would be Michael's motion, Russell's second. Is there any other discussion on the board? Seeing none, call for the vote.
I did good. Mary didn't say something.
Yes, that's awesome. Call for the vote, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Any abstention? Unanimous, so moved. Next on our agenda, which happens to be fairly light, is request for determination of applicability. This is the lesser of the two permits issued, and a negative determination is what you'd want to hear. The first is 19 Moses Road, North Falmouth, for permission to remove deck boards and framing to install new framing, covered deck with rubber roofing, and install new deck above with sleepers and decking.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, the staff has reviewed the project. We're recommending a -2 under the state and the bylaw with the resource area boundaries not confirmed.
So moved.
Second.
That's Mary's motion. Russell's second. Is there any discussion in the audience about this project? Is there any discussion on the board?
I have a question.
Sure.
Maybe you can answer. What is Morandi decking?
That's a good question.
Oh.
I'm going to say it's a type of hardwood decking. It's a...
Refers to the material as opposed to the design?
Yes, it refers to like like Ipe or...
Gotcha.
It's
another brand like that.
Okay,
It's a very dense decking material.
thank you.
All right. Seeing no other discussion, call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Any abstention? Unanimous, so moved. Next is 23 Oak Ridge Road, East Falmouth, Mass, for permission to pump, fill, and abandon the existing leaching pit and to install a new 4-bedroom Title V sewage disposal system.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, the staff has reviewed the project. We are recommending a -2 under the bylaw and -3 under the state with the resource area boundaries not confirmed.
So moved.
Second.
That would be Michael's motion. Mary's second. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to discuss this project? Is there any further comment on the board? Seeing none, call for the vote. All in favor? Opposed? Any abstention? Unanimous, so moved. Next is 35 Oak Ridge Road, East Falmouth, for permission to pump, fill, and abandon the existing cesspools and to install new 3-bedroom Title V sewage disposal system.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, we are recommending a -2 under the state and the bylaw with the resource area boundaries not confirmed.
So moved.
Okay,
Second.
that was
Mary.
Mary's motion and Michael's second. Is there anyone?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
I made a mistake. -2, -3, sorry.
-2 and a -3 respectively on the determination. And that still stands with our existing motion. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to discuss this project? Seeing none, any
Thank you,
further
Mr.
discussion on the board? Call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Any abstention? Unanimous, so moved. Next is 232 Edgewater Drive, East Falmouth, Mass, for permission to construct and maintain a second-story addition to the existing dwelling.
Yes, Mr. Chairman. Now it's a -2 under the state and the bylaw with the resource area boundaries not confirmed.
So moved.
Second.
Mary's motion, Mike's second. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to discuss this project? Any further discussion on the board? Seeing none, call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Any abstention? Unanimous, so moved. Next is continued request for determination of applicability. 8 Brockton Street, East Falmouth, Mass, for permission to remove a shed, renovate house interior, add a second story, and direct runoff into existing dry wells.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, the applicant has withdrawn their application.
That was easy enough. Okay, next we have an update and other business on 62 English Street, the
Enforcement order.
enforcement order.
The enforcement order is due in the office on the 19th, Monday, actually the 20th. Oh, but 19th Martin Luther King Day, they're asking for an extension. Due to weather conditions, the holiday and everything, they haven't gotten their plan together. So, I can recommend a 3-week extension to February 10th.
Is
So-
every-
So moved.
I'll second that.
Okay.
Okay. People are understanding this is unless there's
They said that they would contact us once they completed their draft to schedule a site visit. We're gonna let them know that it has to be done by the 10th.
Is this the property where there's a mitigation problem from a previous owner?
No,
I'm thinking the wrong.
this
No.
one is
off of Mara Vista.
They clear cut the whole bank.
Oh, yes,
They
okay.
took a bunch of poo-poo
Yep.
to do caca.
Yeah.
So they have a lot of homework, and I think the extension's warranted, but not another whole bunch of
Not one.
continuances. We need to get this
Yeah.
squared
Yeah.
away.
Was there a dock involved in that too, John?
There is an illegal dock out there as well, yes.
So, it's a trifecta of wonderful.
Yeah.
So, we have a motion from Mary, I
Yes.
believe. And do we have a second?
I did second it.
And Russell, second. And is there anyone in the audience who'd like to comment on this? Is there any further discussion on the board? Seeing none, call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Any abstention? Unanimous, so moved. Are we going to be voting any orders tonight?
You can if you'd like.
Okay. We have next on here a discussion of dock policy. And as we all know, we've been brief conversations with that. There's been an email provided by staff. And it has some of town council's interpretations of things. And I would like this to be a fruitful discussion, if everybody would get familiar with this and know what the existing policy is and where we want to go, if at all, forward with that, whether the policy stands or doesn't. And I think I'd like to look at it as a pretty black and white type of thing, a yay or nay. Either we do it or we don't. I don't want to complicate it, I don't want to try to adjust it. I think it's something that if that policy has run its life and we need to move on, so be it, but I'd like everybody to be familiar with it, and we can have a little bit more fruitful discussion
Want to do it next week? You're not
next
that-
week or the week after.
Well, you're not meeting on the 28th. And the next week you only have one notice and one continued notice and a couple of handfuls of RDAs. So if we vote the orders tonight, you can have this discussion next week. Does that
Are
work?
people comfortable with that?
Yes.
Okay.
You okay with that, Russ?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Mike?
I'm okay with that. I got one question. How many policies do we have?
That's the only policy.
We have one policy.
You have one policy.
This should be easy.
Okay.
Good, we look forward to that at the end of next week. Now, moving on, we can vote some orders if you'd like, to clear the decks.
Sorry, Mike. I know you were. I know.
Look forward to next week. Okay.
I thought you could stay and, for the experience, Mike.
I'll watch it on TV.
It'll be,
You won't get home.
Have a good night, Matt.
be over
Bye,
before you
bye.
get there. First on the docket is 71 Little Island Road.
Okay, let me grab that plan. Oh, yes. I don't think this one meets your mitigation requirements.
I think that's,
This is the one from Tim, and he was saying because Zone A on the lot, on the previous lot, no, I don't agree with his interpretation. They need to mitigate for the new structures and everything. What they were saying is because Zone A is full, then they don't have to do mitigation requirements, but Zone A is not full.
No.
Because there's a house and lawn and everything else. But he's saying Zone A on that lot is full, and that's not the way the regs read.
Correct.
It's not lot specific. So I do
If
think
it's
he
not,
needs a,
What is it to? What is it? What is it to? What is it? 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 What is it?
Whatever
It's to the resource
topographically
area.
would-
It's
would
not- you don't-
constitute Zone A has to be full.
Yeah, and this isn't, so he has to put mitigation plantings on his lot.
However,
There was the issue with the lot line,
the
right?
lot line,
They
Right.
just
And-
changed the lot line.
It's was about to be revised.
They
That's
had revised it the day before by the planning board.
right, so it's.
It was
Has
revised
been
by the.
revised.
Has
Yeah, it
been
has been
revised.
revised.
Yep.
So, I
And-
mean, that was a choice they made.
Right, and
That's what he was using,
Yeah.
That's what he was,
so he needs mitigation.
So it's your staff's opinion that the project requires mitigation.
and that would be on the,
On the lot that they're doing the work on.
correct.
Mm-hmm.
Because that portion of the A,
Yep, is not full.
wait, do we have a contour that we can,
Where is the,
yeah, that's,
So they'll but need to provide a new plan.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, they've got formal lot line down here, but
right,
now
yes,
it's,
And that's not the way the regs read. It's Zone A to the resource area, it doesn't matter what lot it's on.
that's right,
It's not lot specific.
there's a, here.
yeah.
It was an interesting argument, but one I didn't agree with.
you're gonna get me back up to,
And the
Yeah.
other
I'm
consideration here is the
this is
large
the-
number of trees being
Yeah.
removed.
Yes, and there were more trees in this plan being removed than the last plan.
Uh-huh.
Because there was a statement that said, oh, well, we were doing a driveway before we were moving, they were removing far more trees for this plan than they were in the last
here
plan.
is the new lot line, right?
Correct, yes.
So. A is out, this is the A, and he's not on the lot.
It doesn't matter, it doesn't say the lot though, Mike, that's the
What
problem.
is it- What is it specific to if it's not a lot?
It's specific to the resource area, not a lot.
But if it's not the same owner,
He can put the plants on
In
his
other
lot.
words, if there were a street running through the A zone, he wouldn't be able to claim that the A zone is fully vegetated and, you know,
No, what you're,
naturally
yeah, what
vegetated
you're
state,
right,
because there'd be a street running through it.
yeah, it's the same thing.
No, I'm not gonna disagree with you, I'm telling you, I'm not satisfied.
the only issue I have with it is that,
It's not a lot of mitigation,
no, it's not, but
but
it's
what,
also,
But he's not,
let me read you what it says, guys.
and how could we,
See,
I'm-
they're confusing you by adding in the lot language. Don't listen to that. Read your regulation. Your regulation says, any redevelopment, wait a minute, blah, 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 blah. Redevelopment in Zone A shall require wait a minute, where is it? Any increase in buffer was just be. Any increase in impervious surface in buffer zone B will require a 2-to-1 mitigation, and these plantings must be placed in buffer zone A. But if prior to redevelopment, the existing area available in mitigation in zone A is not, wait, that's not the one I want. I gotta find the right reg, hang on 1 second.
where was it here that the fractions, all this lawn
It's the
area?
one that says an improvement is required, isn't
This
it?
this is where,
No, that's 4.
that's not fully developed.
Correct.
That's what's forcing the issue on this one. This area here not
Oh,
being
yeah.
fully is,
because
yeah.
I don't, get me back,
And I'm gonna try to make a, if you, say this was a vernal pool on some other property,
yeah?
Why can't I
Your
find the
behavior
right one?
still
I'm
would
staring
affect
right at
it.
it.
I'm thinking, I'm trying to rationalize this myself.
But
that-
it's not a vernal pool.
No, it's not. I'm just using that as an example. The setbacks from the vernal pool, even though the vernal pool isn't on your property, still affect the activities
Peace,
on
I'm
yours.
happy with the notion of the
Okay.
vernal pool.
Well, look at this as, the Zone A is like what the vernal pool is for the resource. The A buffer is the resource. even though it's not directly attached to here, the behavior that's in here affects the rest of that. And it's a little bit different because it's a lawn area and a house as opposed to just an undisturbed A buffer.
Isn't it number 3, Jen?
I'm trying to wrap my head around
Any
it too,
increase in
Mike.
impervious surface in
I'm
buffer
not-
zone B will require a 2-to-1 mitigation. And these plantings must be placed in buffer zone A, but if prior to redevelopment, the existing area available for mitigation in zone A is not sufficient to accommodate mitigation plantings,
They go in B.
then they must be placed in zone B.
That's part of
Okay.
it, correct.
And this is the zone, they're.
Here, this is what they're
He
saying.
does not own this.
Okay, wait, no,
So
yeah, but then,
there is
okay,
no place in A for him to,
so we can put him in
Meeting.
B, so we can put him in B.
Right.
and B.
Yeah.
And this is,
What, Mike,
this is in the B, which
Yes,
is,
between here.
see, but this is what Tim is saying. Tim's saying number 5, Mary. Tim is
Right,
saying,
that's-
no mitigation buffer planting shall be required for work within Zone B where the existing natural buffer meets the buffer distances of 1018.5A. He's saying, but that doesn't say lot. It doesn't say anywhere in here it has to be on that lot.
Right,
So basically, you're right. He's got to take the plantings and he's got to put them in B.
right.
Yeah. And there's not that many.
And if,
there's no place to put them.
Well, they're going to have to figure that out.
And
Or they can take that little thing off that's
Well,
an increase in impervious surface in Zone B.
where in B would you say that he puts this material, these trees? Because look, I'm the one who was, I'm not.
You're all upset
thrilled
about
with
the number of
going
trees
away.
he's
Don't
taking
get me
down.
wrong, but where would you put them?
well, he has a portion of stone driveway to be removed, area to be replaced with lawn.
right,
That's, what I'm seeing is the B area that would possibly be available. This, yeah. I think, if I'm not mistaken.
It is not my job or the board's job to design their project for them.
No, I understand that, but I'm not gonna ask him to put a tree where you can't put a tree.
No, absolutely. I'm asking for there's two things going on here, Mike. There's mitigation for this. There's mitigation, ooh, almost tripped over the cords. There's mitigation for this. That's the only thing in there. That's all he has to mitigate for.
And that's a
Okay?
2-to-1.
That's a 2-to-1. And then, how many trees do you guys want?
he's proposing 5, I
Right.
think,
Okay?
and
So there's
We
two
want
things.
trees because-
That would have been almost as funny as the time it fell
Why
over
why are
the
these,
chair.
why are these trees in our jurisdiction?
Sorry, Susan. Didn't mean to freak you out there.
Why are those trees in our jurisdiction?
They're in a flood zone. They're in the flood
Oh,
zone.
you're in the flood zone.
Yeah, they are in your jurisdiction. They're in the
I'm
flood
just
zone.
wondering,
Driveway. Is that a H20 tank or did it say on there?
He definitely has to mitigate for the increase in impervious surface. Now, all the discussion is how many trees do you guys want? Are 5 trees appropriate? Or do you want more for the, how many is he taking out?
I think it's 14.
16, 17, 18, 19?
Oh,
Where'd you put 'em?
Wait a minute, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
There's gotta be 1, 2, 3 here.
19.
no, you're right. I overlooked the ones right where the septic is going.
See, those were being protected before because they were looping the driveway around it.
Uh-huh.
And then the old plan, they had all those to be protected.
And the septic is where it is to meet,
That's off driveway.
Steve, walk on. This guy up here, he says it's 10-inch minimum. It is more than, it's more than 10 inches, it's more like 30.
is,
I
could
like
the
the,
septic be
style,
moved
but don't
southwest, closer to the road? What are the,
They have that marked off as a reserve area, but future use. So
Can I
you
ask a question,
flip-flop
Russ?
that?
Can't they flip those?
The reserve area for the,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that would be the Board of Health would make that decision, I don't see why they couldn't. But then,
He's still gonna be putting that in as a driveway area
Yeah.
for the.
Yeah,
for
for
the
the
okay.
garage, so.
Oh, yeah, that's right, got it.
So, the activity's there, and it is different than what was originally proposed as well.
So, 5 trees sufficient, or do you guys want to see more? He's already
I'm
mitig-
still hung up on my last question. I don't really understand what the issue is with them not moving the
Septic southwest,
septic. Yeah, southwest, I mean, 10 feet, 15 feet.
but the driveway's still gonna be there. The septic's underneath the driveway. It's an H20 load.
Oh, that's, okay, right.
That's what I just missed.
So it wouldn't make any difference if they brought this up.
Yeah, because it's all gonna be asphalt anyway,
Yeah,
or pavement.
just- I mean, right.
I just-
Well, I mean, they could spare those trees by doing it and not mess up the driveway.
Here's the existing septic system here.
I guess I'm being too,
At least we're getting a new septic system out of it.
Change.
Yes.
Who knows,
yeah.
you know?
So, what is this again? Is this this is the driveway, is that right?
What's the assumption?
Yeah, see where they're taking the
Yeah,
old system out as well?
You know
Yeah.
why, because
It's
it's
gonna be
parts and
right in here.
pieces of all of it.
Oh, this is gonna be disturbed too.
Well, yeah, they're showing a D-box right here, right?
There's your D-box, and then there's a tank, it looks like a tank right there, that might be a smaller
There's
tank in a.
proposed cedars.
Yeah,
It's an
it
awful
is.
lot of driveway.
That's the existing system is tied to that right now.
I guess the short answer is 5
On the
trees.
other hand,
Okay,
you know, it's beyond our jurisdiction, so.
Yeah.
5 trees, and he has to mitigate for that little
For that
bump
little
out.
place. Yes, he does.
Yep.
Yep, okay.
That was pretty painless.
That just made my head hurt.
Well, I'll give him
So,
A for
If we
effort.
if we have,
Oh, yeah, I mean,
if we have an understanding and we have enough information to make a motion,
Make a motion to approve as discussed?
agreed, got it.
okay, that being Russ's motion, Mike's second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Any abstention? Unanimous, so moved. Next is 18 Willis Lane.
That was the reconstruction of the revetment and the beach nourishment, which they're using the sand ramp that they're building or creating to do the revetment work
the
as
machine
their,
down on the
yeah,
beach.
to put the machine on the beach as their beach nourishment material.
That makes sense.
And it was a minimal amount.
It wasn't a lot.
So, do you have a standing order about what they use for hydraulic oil?
We just say that it has to be bio-friendly, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that's a standing thing for that?
Yes.
Okay. I don't have any problems with this. It
No, I don't
definitely
either.
needs work.
Yes, it did. If we have enough information, we'd entertain a motion.
Move to approve as discussed.
Second.
That'd be Russell's motion, Mike's second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Any abstention? Unanimous, so moved. Last for this evening is 3 and 7 Gunning Point Road.
Yeah, but this is, I don't know if it got submitted, but this is the one where I asked for the Zone A to the coastal bank to be put on the plan?
Yes, he did submit that.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they submitted a revised plan, it should be in the file. I think it came in like the day after. Oh, she didn't bring the files?
Brockton,
Oh,
which was.
because it'd be over here.
All right.
No, they did, revised, add coastal bank setback distance, yeah, we got it in.
Okay, good.
Yep.
Thank you.
My only note was to have the limit of work correctly installed.
Yeah.
There we go, I'll reiterate that. Correctly install limit of work. Okay.
Yes.
Move to adopt the order as discussed.
Second.
Mary's motion, Mike's second. Any other discussion? Call for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Any abstention? Unanimous, so moved. I would say that we have concluded quite a bit of business in a fair amount of time. There's only one motion left.
Move to adjourn.
Mary's motion.
Second.
Russell's second, and Mike's as well.
Sam, thank you for being our
All in
audience
favor?
tonight. Our entire audience.
Any opposed? Unanimous, so moved. Thank you. This has got to be some kind of record here.
Done before 7:30.
28 minutes.
Oh, that's good.
Thank you. Well, John is
I
the...
was wrong.